This video is going to be about Mystic Unicorns, the new banner that came out. Haven't really had a chance to put a video up, but I've had a couple of you guys asking me my thoughts on it, and I'll kind of just talk through it and give you guys what I'm thinking. Before I jump in, I want to go ahead and re-announce we're having a giveaway on this account. So I've been playing the game. I've just kind of gotten a little bit bored with it, kind of hit a brick wall, done everything I can. And so I'll be giving away the account that you've been seeing me play on, as long as it doesn't get banned, and they won't let me. It is against the terms of service, but I don't want to see the game this go to waste. And I know a lot of you guys out there are really enjoying this game, and I'd like to see one of you get the account if I can. So in order to qualify, just comment down below on this video. Make sure you're subscribed. And every video since the release, when I announced the giveaway up until now, if you comment on it on those videos, you'll get an additional entry into the drawing. And so I'll add it all up. We'll do random number generator or whatever, draw a name from a hat, and then I'll message the person and we'll make it happen. So anyways, this video is about Mystic Unicorns, how I've gone around completing the challenges, getting the training done, and my initial thoughts. So first thoughts on the banner is that it is not as good as River City High. Now, when I say it's not as good, I don't mean like it's not as good like in terms of like quality. I personally find it easier to train Mystic Unicorns than it is to train River City High. River City High, you can't really auto, and I find the little mini game to be really annoying, especially now that they stopped it from being able to exit out and going back in. But I mean, for whatever reason, in Mystic Unicorns, you just don't get as high of a rank in your players. In fact, I believe if we go look at the top trainers under the rankings, I don't think, look, so River City High is still in the top 10 on this one. Pretty much all of them across the board. Look at this. Oh, we got a couple Mystic Unicorns here on the pictures. But you can see the rest of them, only a handful of any of them are even in the top 10. Except for first base, because I think Britra is on a rate up of banner right now. Plus, she's also available in Lecter's Lab, so I think she's probably a top trainer there. But so my initial knee-jerk reaction is Mystic Unicorns can be very good, but it's really not worth doing unless you're training a certain position. So you can see first base, maybe like a relief pitcher, closing pitcher, and it's really not doing unless you have the Mystic Unicorn specific trainers. So those specific trainers are listed right here. So we'll scroll down. Specialized trainers, you can see third base. So third base, there's a decent amount of them. So you've got, I don't have this guy. So his name is Siryu. Forgive me if I butcher that. You've got Veller, and then the monk guy, Neo. But first base, you can see there's a lot of good first base. You got Britra, Base Devil, and Elfin. And if you look, they're kind of on similar wavelengths here. You've got two intelligence trainers there, so you can actually go make a really strong intelligence trainer on this. That's for the batters. For the pitchers, you've got Pluto and Violet. Violet is amazing. And then you've got Psyche and Lucia. These other ones here, I don't really know. Alan and Miho. And then, of course, the SRs down below. So you can see, I would say it's not worth, other than trying to complete the challenges and trying to get the initial 20 done, I would say it's not worth trying to do this banner unless you have some of these specialized trainers. Like if you don't have at least a couple of them, I don't think it's worth trying to do this. And I definitely don't think it's worth it for certain positions. But with that said, I'm going to kind of jump in. I'm not going to run through an entire training event, but I'm just going to, let's do like a first baseman, because I think that's probably something that a lot of people should be training on here is first base. Where's my first base deck? Okay, here it is. You can see here we've got like a 14,000 deck power, which is pretty good. Do I have all my cores on everybody? Not the best, but not bad. Okay. I could hit him level 50 and get more. I've got Tsubaki over here doing dexterity. So it looks like what we're kind of hitting here is intelligence and dexterity. And honestly, I could take her because here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, no, I need her for number 5, first base. So let's look at first base, see what other options we have, if anything's any better. I don't see any options that are going to be intelligent. So that's really the first base deck right there. For me, at least right now, running dexterity and intelligence. So 14,000 deck power, pretty reasonable. I'm not going to grab any development items here, but here's what I would recommend. If you're out of your novice and you're trying to train your best player, obviously you want to use Hawkeye and reschedule request. That's a no-brainer. You don't even have to think about it. When you're going for your best player, you want them up there. When you're trying to pick dev items, it's going to depend on how confident you feel in terms of what you want to use. What I would suggest is, I've noticed it really depends on who your trainers are and how much stamina you need. You're going to know your deck. Sometimes your deck needs more stamina than other times. If your deck needs stamina, definitely bring power energy. If it doesn't need stamina, then you can do something like reassigning the trainers. So the way that this one works is once you hit 100 points, then you get a special training and you pick a certain gym. Well, the red training can be immensely helpful. It's almost like an additional special training, right? And so if you've got special trainers, let's say the red gym falls on, like, for example, the one we're about to play, we said dexterity and intelligence. Let's say that the red gym falls on dexterity, and I don't have a single special training coupled with the red gym. Then you could use schedule table to try to reassign the trainer to get a special training on dexterity with the red gym, and it would probably give you a huge result for what you're trying to accomplish. So I would recommend that. And then a lot of times when you're trying to accomplish stuff on here, you're not going to really be spending a lot of money on G points, and maybe you don't have the right G points. So a lot of times I like to use a 20% discount, because if you're buying a UR, you can save 1,000, and if you save up enough, you can buy a UR and an SSR, and you can get it for literally like 32. You can get it for like 7,200. Where normally you would have had to pay 9,000. So you save close to 1,800 G points just by using those. So I'm not going to use any today. Like I said, I'm just jumping in for demonstration purposes. I find this mode to be a lot easier to train. You do kind of want to plan things out a little bit more, because you'll know when the special training is going to happen most of the time before it happens. Now, sometimes you'll get like an event, and so you won't have the chance. I like to make sure I have extra stamina reserves available just in case it pops up. Because the last thing you want is to be able to do like the bonus training and not that gives bonus stats and not be able to complete it because you don't have enough stamina. Let me just rush through week 1. So week 1 for pretty much every banner is always just standard training. There's never really any difference. You get, your core effects, that kind of stuff. I tend to focus on places where I get affinity and I get personal training, but I put affinity above personal training most of the time. Because right now we're not trying to get, astronomical levels of skills and stats, because honestly, that's not going to come until the gym gets leveled up in that certain field, and until you get the affinity up so you can get the special training and the other opportunities that show up. Okay, I'm just going to keep tapping away. Well, I really need to get better cores on Britra. Oh, there they are. It's not bad. Could be better. Okay, and then the final one. So look, right here, 56% chance. I really don't care. I'm just going to go train skills. And then I'm going to go game day, and then we'll start talking about what I would do and just a rough idea. So on average, depending on what you train, you're going to get about 35 points towards the special training each time you train. So assuming you have no special trainers and you don't get any of the extra events, starting from week 2 and you go into week 7, that means that you have 6 weeks of 4 trainings each. In those 6 weeks, 4 times each. So every 3 trainings, you should be able, on the 4th one, to train special. So basically, you should be able, with no special trainings, to get 6. Assuming you don't need to stop for stamina, that kind of thing. You should be able to get 6 gems. So you technically have the capacity to get up to 4 special skills off of Mystic Unicorns. I've never gotten more than 2 and some change towards the 3rd one. I haven't really done much research to see if other people have pulled off more. Judging by the fact that there are rank 1 players, that have been trained from Mystic Unicorns, I'm guessing you can hit, 4. So here we go. So Ruby gives you training power up, Sapphire affinity up, Emerald is skill discount, Topaz stamina recovery. So it's important to have a rough idea of how many or how much you're going to get training. Like when you're training, what am I actually going to hit? So if we go look at my trainers, I'm sorry to bother you or bore you with this. When I train with Britra, I get an additional 40, what is this stuff called? Mana, sorry. I get an additional 40 mana. That's almost half a crystal. That's extremely helpful. When I train with Elfin, I'm going to get 30 mana. And when I train with Helgai, I really don't remember. When I get an event with Helgai, sorry, not training, I believe I'm going to get like 15 or 20. So now you want to start working backwards. This is where luck and stuff comes into play. Because it's going to depend on how lucky you get. Right, here's Elfin, so we'll see. I get 30. Well, no, because the first time that you're introduced to a trainer, you don't get anything. It's only after the initial one that you start getting any mana. But the goal now is, so like at most, without any special trainers, you're only going to get 6 gems. Those 6 gems only get you one super skill level 5 or 2 level 3 super skills. Not super skills, sorry. Regular skills, right? So the benefit of getting your skills up is that each level 5 skill actually gives you 320 to that rating. So look, we've trained twice and I'm only at 60%. Because if you notice, some of them only give 30, some of them give 32, some of them give 25, right? So sometimes you can only get 32. But I'm still say, as long as you get like on average 33, 34, right? You hit a 35 every once in a while, you're still going to be able to get every 3 or so trainings the ability to get 1 gem. So right here you can see I've already kind of messed it up. Here's a little tip just because we're here. When you're dealing with her, I think it's Miyaka or Misaka, I don't know her name. Each one correlates with the stat in the order of when you train. So strength, I believe mental, dexterity, or intelligence, dexterity, and mental. So like if I go Soba, it should be mental. See? All right. So I'm actually only at 92 because I haven't paid attention, but you see we have special training, so I'll knock that out. So after this week, next week, we'll have our first opportunity to get a gem, and then I'm going to walk you through what I'm going to do. So when you get a gem, so with Tsubaki, swordsmanship will give me just 60 dexterity. Flame magic will give me like 70 stamina. Yep. And I kind of want the stamina moving into week 3 because I've got the special training coming up. So that special training pops up, and then you can get yourself a gem. So without any special trainers, specialized trainers, you're only going to get 6 gems. It's not going to make enough of a difference. It's too easy on River City to get 3 level 5 skills. Those level 5 skills give you a huge boost in your skill rating, which is normally where a lot of people are lacking when they train their players. Here, if you can get 4, that's amazing, but I don't even know if it's really genuinely possible. To get 4, you'd have to have, let's see, to get 4, you'd have to have 16 gems. To get 16 gems, you would have to get 35, 40. You would have to get like an event with a UR trainer almost every single time and train 35, because 16, you only have a total of 24 attempts. So 16 of the 24 attempts would have to be specialized trainers. And that's if it's all UR, which it most likely won't be. Okay, so here's where you're really going to have to play strategically. All right? Early on, sorry guys, I was just sick, and that's why I haven't put out videos, and now I'm recording them all at once, so my voice is just getting progressively worse. Early on, like week 2, when I should have been able to do this, you need to know roughly how many gyms you think you're going to be able to get. If you think you're only going to be able to get 6, then they're not as important what you get in the beginning. If you think you're only going to be able to get 8, then every single one matters. If you're going to be able to get 10, then you've got 2 to mess with. And here's why I say that. Because what we want to look at is 2 things. First off, here we've got to choose between training reward up and affinity up. Right now, I wouldn't get affinity up with him. He's just an SR. I don't want to have to fight to get his super skill and have to ignore it, right? So I would probably, in fact, I'm going to go with this one. But if I had that training development thing right there, I might have used the training one to try to get multiple trainers and to get their affinity up, because it genuinely helps. Now here's another trick. When you're doing Mystic Unicorns, anytime that you can choose a specialized trainer event, you should pick that one. In this case, I have Britra, so when I pick her, I'm going to get an additional 40. I should have just canceled. My bad, guys. I'm going to get an additional 40 mana for training with her. Who cares what else I get? The 40 mana is going to help me get closer to getting another gem, and I might even be able to get a second gem on week 3 and make up for the fact that I didn't get one in week 2. Yeah, just a hit. That's not very good. You get 30 skill points and 300 G points for a hit. You get 60 and 600 for a home run, which is the best case scenario. And then you get whatever this is. But I'll get 40 mana, which is important, because whenever at the end of week 3, I was already at 90 something. So I had 20 going into this. Now that I'm getting 40, I should be at like 64. Yeah, you can see 64. So with 64, if I can't get it with 35. And there's not a 35 available anyway, so let's go for strength. We can get our affinity up. That'll get me really close to 100, which means the next one, most of it will go over. Okay, look, now I have another choice. I can go strength or Britra. I'm going to go Britra because I'm going to get another 40. So this will put me over the top. I'm just going to give her my money, because when you take out your money, for some reason, it gives you money. Okay, so 40 mana. Now you can see I'm at 137 again. Okay, so now, look, once again, I've got special training and I've got a bonus training reward up. So the other ones are really good. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Look, right now, I actually have 3 trainers with my affinity. And let's assume that I know I'm going to be able to get, or the goal is to get at least 8. And I can hopefully get 9 or 10. So if I can get 9 or 10, then it makes sense right now to train with affinity. And look what happens when I train affinity with these 2 URs and 1 SSR. Look at how much their affinity went up. Significant, 30 points each. Now I would probably max affinity last. I would probably not get my affinity up right away. But I would get it up once, just for the sole fact that we are already there. Now look at this. Because the affinity's up already and I'm at 100, look, my success rate on this one is 90% versus 75. So I'm going to do this. Now look, I wouldn't normally max out affinity unless I knew I was going to be able to get all 4, which would almost never happen. But what I would do is I would use that affinity like I just did to kind of give me a boost. Now, Britra is already level 100. Having her at 100% gives me a bonus chance in week 5 to get her as my partner for super skill. If I can get Britra as my partner for a super skill, that can guarantee me 1.2 gems because you get 40 each time you talk to her, and you have to talk to her 3 times to get your super skill. And the game will make sure that you do. So that means 1.2 gems are guaranteed right off the bat if I can get Britra as my partner. And if I get her to 100 affinity, it increases the chances of me pulling her as my partner. I don't know if that's true. I know you have to be above 50. And I know in my, like historically, whenever I have somebody at 100, they tend to be, like more often than not, I tend to get that person. You see here we've got some facility level ups. We're going into week 4. I said I wasn't going to go through this whole entire thing, but we're already on week 4. So here's the other thing. If I had to pick between the gyms that I would level up, like which ones do I think are important, I would pick skill discount early on. Like the first one that I would level up is skill discount, and then I would do training reward up because now you're working both sides of the coin. You're getting your stats up, which is going to get your ability rating up, and then you're getting your skill discounts up, which is going to mean you can invest in skills. I've told you guys time and time again in a bunch of different videos, don't spend your skill points unless you absolutely have to, right? Like right now, I'm at 835, so I'm going to be maxing it out soon. So I need to start looking for a way to spend them. I don't want to spend it on Resolve right now. I could buy it all, but I'm not getting the best deal. I'm looking, look here, I can get 45% off, so that's great. So the more of these that you have discounts on, the better off you're going to be. So look, right now, we've got special training here, which I don't want to do. We've got affinity training here, which if I was trying to get that up, I would, but I'm not worried about it. And then here, look, I've got skill discount and it's special training. That's a win-win. So I'm going to use that one. And look at the skill discounts you get. It's actually typically pretty good. So we got rank 1. And look, 30% off of a rare and a super rare item. And now I'm going to get an additional 40 mana. Guys, this is why I say if you don't have the special trainers, don't try, unless you're just getting the initial challenges done, don't try training on this level. You're just not going to, it's not going to be as profitable for you. Because look, you're only getting 30 to 35% mana each time. That 70 mana is more than you get for one entire training. And look, Base Angel, let's see. I wanted to know how much he was going to give us. I think it's either 15 or 20, probably 20. I think it's possible. Who cares? What are you giving us? 20 mana. 20 mana from him. Almost as much as it's time to train. Look, week 4, we're almost getting an additional, like we're going to get one when we come back. We're going to get another crystal when we come back, just right there. Okay, so 74, and when we come back. Oh, and look, now I can get Elfin, who's going to give me an additional 30 for doing this, 30 mana. And look at that, I'm at 159. So when I come back and I train twice, maybe even just once, I'll already be getting another gem. Okay. I'm going to go at least to week 5 just so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. We can knock this out. Now, if you don't have the specialized skills, you're only getting maybe 1 gem per week. Maybe. As you saw in week 2, I didn't even get 1 gem. So it didn't end up mattering. Now, obviously, when you're playing this game, mode, you're focusing on getting your stats and your skills up. And so you don't want to invest anything in skill points. You don't want to invest anything in G points. You want to have all of your trainings work out perfectly to where you actually spend them on your 4 main stats, which means that you need to get superb on every game if you can. You need to never run out of stamina if you can. You need to perfectly use your 50% friend bonuses if you can. And you need to get a lot of really good luck with your training. So here we have a training boost for 150, or we have a skill discount here with these guys. Now look, Tsubaki and Britra both are rank 100. Nobody else is. So everybody else's affinity is less than 100 except for Elfin, who's close at 98, but they're not going to go up unless I get a... Well, I won't get an event now because we're about to go pick our person. So what do we get for skill discount? Look at that. 30% off, 30% off of 2 SSRs and 30% off of our main one, the Resolve, which is one of the most important things that you can get. That was extremely helpful. All right. Now, I could be wrong and look like an idiot, but I'm going to bet that we have a better chance of getting Subaki or Britra. And I'm going to think that because Britra was the first person to get 100. Look at that's so dumb. I just said all this crap and then look, Elfin. In an ideal world, you would want Britra because you would get a better super skill. But in this moment, I just got Elfin, and now I have to think to myself, Elfin is guaranteed 90 mana. So I'm going to do it. Just because I want that 90 mana. Right off the bat, I got 30 mana. I train one more time. 74% chance. Okay, and now I'm already ready to get another one. But look at this. I told you we had to train ahead, right? You gotta plan ahead. Well, I didn't plan ahead. I was just so focused on getting the next training. Now look at this. I'm gonna get to this point where I can get. Well, first off, real quick, let's buy a couple points in that just to get my skill points down. And now look, I'm at training, and I literally have a 59% chance of getting my next skill. So now I have to go and waste one of my friend requests to get 30 stamina so that I can replenish it. And look, it's tempting to go for affinity, right? But I'm not really getting anything from that. And I really, if I'm being honest, I don't want to go get the G points. Now, since I'm working towards two unique goals, right? Like if I was working on this like a normal one, I would be trying to get Ruby to level 4 and Emerald to level 4. So since I'm working for 2, if I had my trainers right now, I would mix my trainers up. 100% I would move them right now. Because I don't want them on affinity up. I really want to get training up or maybe skill discount. At least get training up a little bit. Like obviously it's not going to be as good as if it's on dexterity. Because unfortunately you can't move where the gyms are. Even if you recycle your trainers 3 times, it's just gonna move the trainers, not the gyms. So for now I'm just gonna suck it up. We're gonna get the we're gonna get the skill discount. Normally I might have gone for Ruby, but I'm not confident we're going to get every single thing to knock it out this time. I think we might not get a full 4 of each. Now, look at this. Normally I would pick every time a UR, but in this case, the SSR is going to give me 30 mana. And it's a race to see how many of these crystals I can get. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm working towards that. Now, I'm only going to get 25% if I train one of those that doesn't have a trainer on it. And I have a 59% chance of passing. So in a moment like this, I really don't want to miss out. So I'd rather take a guaranteed 25% than a 35. Or we can go, well, since I'm not really going to be using my friend support anyways, and I should have had development items, I didn't intend to play this all the way through. I'm just going to go ahead and get my dexterity for 100. Call it a day. Go auto this, skip through this next one. Oh, look, we're going to get a Britra event. That's great news. That's another 40 mana. You know we've got 2 more Elfin events coming up. Can I buy anything that's worthwhile? Just buy that because who cares? Let's learn a skill. Let's just max out Resolve. I'll probably regret that decision, but I'm not trying to show you every decision on how to do everything. I'm just trying to show you Mystic Unicorns. Now, some of you guys have asked how I would do the pitcher training on Mystic Unicorns. Pretty much the exact same. I wouldn't really change too much. I focus on, you get affinity early on if you can because you know you've got an extra one. And then I get skill discount and training up. My main goal is to get skill discount maxed out because it's just so helpful. And then I'll get my my training up reward done as needed. So if there's like a really good, like for right now, like see, I could get 121 or I can get 46. So right now I might grab this one just because it's there and I can get it. Whereas normally I wouldn't. Normally I would maybe go for the other one. It's just going to depend on the situation. Like I might use Ruby sparingly, hoping I get 4 of them, and I wouldn't do them like in a row. Like I would make each decision based on that available training that's there. So like in that situation, I had to choose between training on. I'll do strength. In that situation, I had to choose between training for the skill discounts and training for the additional training. Because I had a bonus on intelligence training, I wanted to do that. Look, another 30 from Elfin. Whatever, I'll get whatever you want. I'm not worried about what I'm saying. Look, I've already got another gym. Okay, so now, look, this one is up. Look at this because I just continue to not have enough stamina. I'm actually going to rest this time because I'm just making a fool of myself. Okay. I don't think I'm going to get the second ruby crystal this time either, just because I don't have week 7 extended and I only have 3 additional trainings left. And I just don't see it happening. So... Oh, because I took the nap, it changed. Dang it. Well, sad days, but we're going to go ahead and still do the training because I can get at least 1 level 5. And I'll show you here real quick what getting the 4th crystal of the same type, so the 4th emerald, I get max. And we'll go take a look at what that gives you. So I'm going to get another 30 here. I'll definitely get 1 more crystal. I think it's pretty... I think that's definitely going to happen. I think we're already at 67. I just really don't think we're going to get another one past that. So if I go to skills, we look at normal skills, it gives you 320 intelligence. All right, so now let's see if I have anything to buy. I don't have the money. I don't know why I'm even looking. Skill-wise, obviously we've bought every skill you can. So I'll just invest in this one real quick. Big bang. I don't see anything I want to spend a lot of money on. Maybe that one. Tenacity. That's a good one. That's good. Okay. That's enough for now. Finish up week 6. I love how I told you guys I'm not going to play this whole game, but then I kind of got caught up in it. Knock this out. Do the next one. Call it a day. Finish up. Okay, we're moving to the finals. Good news, boys. We're going to the finals. All right. Superb rating. That'll help me get at least 1 more SSR item. I'm not going to get all 4, so this is not going to be an ideal training situation. You're not going to see anything. I'm guessing maybe we'll get like a middle A, high A if we're lucky. I don't think the skill side is going to be very high. It looks like the stats are already above an S. Yeah, look, I've got close to 5,000 stats. Oh, I didn't know I had a combo event on this one. That's cool. That helps out a little bit. All right, week 7. Throw this together. Okay. Looks like strength training. I'm just going to go ahead and use our last double, the 50% bonus. 179. It's better than nothing. I mean, you guys have seen really high numbers, but you know, this is more of like a safe approach. And then so we can get Hell Guys training is going to give us 20. And I don't think that gives us enough, but we can at least get this last one. And let's see, if we do Ruby again, that will give us guaranteed a level 3, I believe. Let's see what exactly it is. I think it's level 3. It might be level 4, but I'm going to guess 3. Yeah, level 3. And then level 3 gives us what? Those are some pretty good discounts. Let's take a look at those. I think it's this power batter. I don't know. Still pretty good. We'll buy some more later. We got a lot of good discounts. That's why I like to max that one out, especially on this one. So let's see what that gives. If you only get the level 3, it gives you 120, which is not bad. Guys, so it looks like that decision to get the Affinity Crystal is actually cost us a second level 5. Sad days, am I right? You know what? I might almost have, if I win superb on this one and I get something on sell, I could get a 4th SSR, which would be pretty good. I don't think I'm going to actually finish these quests because I haven't been manually doing this, but oh well. Not really trying to go for like best all time. At least we got a home run. We didn't get multiple home runs, so I know we didn't finish that. I doubt we finished the other one, so what I got like maybe 40 or 50 skill points that I can spend. Plus I think I get 30 for winning, and I'll probably get like 30 from the SSR at the end of the game. So end of league. Yeah, I'll get 30 for winning. Yep. And I'll get, what, 20. I lied. 24. And then I failed those 2. So I have 111 to spend. I'll just dump one there. And what do I have that I could spend that's like 40 something down here? 35. We'll call that a day. And I don't think I have anything. No, I don't have anything down there. Purchase gear. I'm going to be stuck with a crappy helmet, but whatever. And we'll just complete it real quick. So that's just kind of a walkthrough of, yeah, just crappy title too. Just throw it all at me. Yeah, S and B. So I said a mid A, maybe high A. What are we going to get? Yep, mid A. Man, I'm good. Okay. That's what I do on Mystic Unicorns. I've only really trained like mid S's on here. I haven't gotten anything crazy like SS or anything, but yeah. So to rehash or too long didn't watch, I'll put it in the comments as well. Go for discount first, unless you know you're going to have extra. Then I would do Affinity. Take development items that'll let you switch your trainers or have extra stamina so you're not out of stamina when you need it. You really want to use your 50% bonuses on training your stats. And then I would go for skill discount, max out skill discount, and max out your training, so the training ward up. So that's the Ruby and the Emerald. Max out Emerald first, and then when there's a good opportunity for Ruby, don't just be stuck on Emerald. Do the same thing for your pitchers, and that's good. But I wouldn't waste my time unless you have 2 or 3 specialized trainers. So thank you guys for watching. And once again, comment down below to get entered into the giveaway. And yeah, guys, take care.